Have you noticed this? January comes and suddenly everyone is sick. Your colleague is coughing, your child has a runny nose, and your neighbor says it's just a cold. Someone else insists, no, it's the flu. And then there is that little fear in the back of your mind. Could this be COVID again? But here is the real question that nobody seems to answer clearly. Why does everyone get sick at the same time in January? How do you know if it's a cold, the flu, or COVID? And when should you actually worry instead of just waiting it out? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's happening in your body and when it's time to act. Let's start with the big question. Why January? Is it just bad luck? No, there are real scientific reasons, and they affect almost everyone. First, we spend a lot more time indoors. In January, the weather is cold, so we keep the windows shut. We're in crowded buses, packed schools, and stuffy offices. Viruses absolutely love these closed spaces. When one person coughs or sneezes indoors, those tiny little droplets can hang in the air or land on surfaces. It means one sick person can infect many people in just a single day. Second, the dry air weakens your body's defenses. Winter air is very dry, both outside and inside our heated homes and offices. Your nose and throat have this amazing protective layer, a moist lining that's designed to trap viruses before they get in. But when the air is dry, that lining also dries out. This makes it much easier for viruses to enter your system. Your first line of defense is basically down. So remember, dry winter air equals easier infections. The third reason is that we are more tired than we think. December was probably stressful and busy. Maybe you had less sleep, more sugar and alcohol, and your healthy routines went out the window. By the time January arrives, your immune system is exhausted. A tired immune system is like a sleepy security guard, it just can't fight off invaders like it used to. And finally, schools and workplaces restart. After the holidays, kids go back to school and adults return to the office. This is when viruses start spreading like wildfire again. Children, especially, are excellent little virus carriers, even when they seem only a little sick. So the key point here is that getting sick in January isn't a sign of weakness. It's a perfect storm of being in crowded indoor spaces, breathing dry air, being tired, and getting exposed to all the viruses that are suddenly circulating again. Now, let's clear up the confusion between a cold, the flu, and COVID, because saying it's just a cold can sometimes be dangerous. First up, the common cold. What does it feel like? You'll probably have a runny or stuffy nose, some sneezing, maybe a mild sore throat and a mild cough. You'll likely have little to no fever. The key thing with a cold is that you can still function. You might feel uncomfortable, but you can still work, talk, and eat. A cold usually starts slowly, peaks in about 2 or 3 days, and is typically gone in about a week. Colds are annoying for sure, but they're usually harmless. Next, we have the flu or influenza. And let me be clear, the flu is not just a bad cold. It's sudden and it's aggressive. What does the flu feel like? You'll often have a sudden high fever, chills and sweats, severe body aches, and extreme tiredness. You might also have a headache and a dry cough. Many people say, I felt totally fine in the morning, and by the evening I was stuck in bed. That's the flu. It hits you fast. Its onset is sudden. It's severe for several days, and full recovery can take weeks. The flu can be especially dangerous for elderly people, pregnant women, and anyone with existing heart, lung, or immune problems. And then there's COVID-19. COVID has become more familiar, but it hasn't gone away. What can it look like? It can cause a fever or chills, a cough, sore throat, fatigue, and a headache. The classic loss of taste or smell is less common now, but it can still happen. Shortness of breath is another key symptom. The really tricky part about COVID is that it can look like a mild cold, it can look like a severe flu, or it can be something in between. It's highly variable. That's why testing still matters when your symptoms are unclear. So here's a simple way to remember the difference. Think of a cold as mild, slow, and annoying. Think of the flu as sudden, severe, and it just knocks you down. And COVID is variable and unpredictable. A good rule of thumb is, if you feel like you've been hit by a truck, you should think about flu or COVID. If it's just mild and annoying, it's more likely a cold. Now for a very important part. Most people wait too long to get help because they think, oh, it's just a cold, but sometimes it's not. Here are the warning signs you should never ignore. You need to seek medical help if you notice a fever that lasts more than 3 or 4 days, or if you have difficulty breathing or any chest pain. Other serious signs are severe weakness or confusion, persistent vomiting, or if your symptoms are getting worse instead of better after a few days. Blue lips or fingertips are a major red flag, as is dehydration signs, of which include a very dry mouth or not urinating in children. Be on the lookout for poor feeding, being unusually tired or lethargic, or fast breathing. In elderly people, sudden confusion, falls, or extreme fatigue can signal a serious problem. These are not normal cold symptoms. And why does this matter so much? Because a simple infection can sometimes lead to serious complications like pneumonia or severe dehydration. It can also make chronic illnesses worse. Getting help early can save you time, money, and most importantly, it can save lives. So what can you actually do this January to protect yourself and your family? It's all about simple, practical steps. First, wash your hands regularly with soap and water. Second, try to air out your rooms daily, even for just a few minutes in the winter. Fresh air helps clear out airborne viruses. Stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water. Make sure you get enough sleep. Your immune system needs it to recharge. Try to eat real, nutritious food. And please don't ignore persistent symptoms. Stay home when you're sick to protect others around you. And always remember this: rest is not laziness. When you're sick, rest is your treatment. January sickness is common, but being confused or delaying action doesn't have to be. Now you know why everyone gets sick, how to tell the difference between a cold, the flu, and COVID, and most importantly, when it's time to worry. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you know who's just managing a cold. This is MDNeoTalks, where health information is simple, clear, and made for real life. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.